Here we go. Okay, so technology, the little technology gremlins are out. Okay, so let me know if it goes south. You know what that expression is, of course, you
Jenny,
guys.
that worked. That worked
Oh,
for me.
good. Okay. All right. Well, we're going to keep going. So, recap, and then we're going to get into our strength work for this recording. I may not put the first one on. So, we did a lot of balance maneuvers. It was a walk forward. And as we did that, we worked with our little band. It could be a tea towel. And we just did this. See, when you do this kind of a thing, see, when you walk, you're doing what's called warming up. That's what we always called it. So the term that they're referring to now is flossing. So if you hear that term, you're like, oh, that means warm up. Yes, but they have to come up with a new word, so that's fine. Then we did pattern walking. We went forward and back, and then we did side to side, which if you don't do side to side stuff, this is a very important aspect of it. We did side to side ambulation, back, then we did pattern walking, we went over, and then we took the back leg and went up, and then together. Back it up, and I could do that over and over again, kind of like walking over a ladder that's laying on the floor. See, cross over, then you take the back leg and pull it forward and then back. So that's what we did to get going. Then we did turning and pull, turning and pull. See this? So we rock and roll. Do you see this move right here? This is flossing through the knee, through the foot, the ankle, the hip, and then the back. So if you just do a few of these, I would say, 10 to 15. If it feels really good and it's a great warm-up move for you, then do 2 sets of 15. That's fine. I hope we got everybody back on. Don't get discouraged, you guys. We're figuring all this out, okay? Take a big breath through the nose. Yeah. Now we do up. See this? See, I have my chair here just in case. I don't have to use the band. I'm right here. Don't be too quick to right yourself. Okay, you know it's there. Lower your leg first. Lower your center of gravity first. Try to make that ankle work to get you on balance. Then put your foot down, okay? Go through those little hoops because that's all part of helping to work with your proprioceptive, all your proprioceptive items in your body, which is sight, sound, muscle, bone, nerves. That's all your proprioceptive systems. And there's a part in the brain that feeds through, okay? Drop your shoulders, tight tummy. Yes. Breathe. The chair is here. I know that I'm going to have special problems on this side, but I'm going to really work with it. So I start with my knee soft and I get on target. And then I'm just going to hang out here for a second or two, maybe 3 or 4. Take a big deep breath, soften your knee, because the knee is the first joint that you're going to want to try to lock. This is my challenge side, and I know I overlean, so in order to not overlean, I might put my hand down quicker, but I know this is my weaker side now, and so I'm trying to really make it hang on to my balance, okay? Take a big breath, big breath, big breath. 5, 4, hold it. 3, 2, 1. Take a big breath through your nose, and then do your window wipers right here. See the pendulum swinging? See, I don't go up very high. So I hope everybody's still seeing me and everything's going good. I hope that one little technology unsticking by turning it off and then pulling it back on worked. Okay, here we go. I'm going to start with my carries. You could carry with your weights, your free weights, or you could carry with, I just happen to have these ready because I like to walk around in the house sometimes with these. Not all the time, but if you just have them, you can pick them up. I mean, Nancy, you can use your bags of shoes. That would work. That would be okay. Sorry. See this? So now what am I doing? Yeah, I'm going to do some of the same moves that I did with no weight. Okay, and this time I'm stepping forward. I'm not doing a complete tandem, and I'm bending my knee. I have a 10-pound and a 10-pound carry jug. And I'm gonna go down, and I'm gonna go down, and I'm gonna lift my rib cage, okay? As I'm down there, I'm gonna pull my shoulders up and drop them down. I'm gonna pull them up and drop them down. Now I'm gonna turn to the side so you see what I'm doing. So you stay right there, don't move. I just want you to see what I'm doing. And when we're in this position, you have a tendency to do this. Don't do that. Stay down there and stay rib cage up. And you're gonna feel this in your foot, your ankle, your quad, your back. Pull back down. Pull back down. Pull back down. Take a breath. So I'm gonna reiterate to you guys, we're gonna get together out here. Those of you coming on, if you have it free, this is so pretty. It's right before Memorial Weekend, I think. I'm pretty sure. Take a big breath. Take a big breath. Do 2 more on Thursday, the 25th out here, okay? And step back in. See that? Now I'm gonna step back out. I'm not taking a break yet. If you need to take a break, take a break. Big breath. I'm gonna step back. And I'm in a split stance, and I'm gonna say rib cage up. And I'm gonna bend the back knee. The front knee will take care of itself, okay? But on purpose, you bend that back knee, and I have 20 pounds that I'm coming down on. And see if you had your a little weight vest on or your backpack, that would even be a greater way to get a good load, okay? Here, take a breath. Big breath into the nose. Here we go. Stay down there now. Stay down there. Say rib cage up. It's a press, a press, a press. So I'm doing it with a lighter weight. I mean, I'll say carry. So this is what a weighted carry would look like. Say rib cage up again. Take a big breath again. Take a big breath. Okay, 3 more, 3 more. Hold with me. Stay down there, stay down there, stay down there, and come back. I know, you loved it, didn't you? You came on just for that. Okay, put those down. Open your hands. And see, I have my weight training gloves to help support my hands. So it's amazing to me how some people will go do hard raking, shoveling, carrying, and they don't think to protect their hands, okay? So I'm just doing a little bit of a lungy move, and I'm stretching through those hands that I'm gonna ask to grip all through the rest part of our class today. Okay, take a breath. As you're standing here, you're gonna go to one toe. See that? Practice it first. Drop your shoulders. Go to the toe, and here's my question. The minute you did this, did you lock your knee? I know, I caught you. It's real natural to do that unless you've been trained to do it in a better way to help your joints get stronger, your muscles around your joints get stronger. See, my knee is soft, it's not bent. My rib cage is up. See that? Take a big deep breath. Bring that hand over the head. Touch the ear. Do not tilt your head. Switch. So here I am. Rib cage up. I'm going to put my toe right there. In fact, tap it because you got to unlock your knee. Okay? Tight tummy and bring the other hand over the head. Do not tilt your head. Yeah, don't tilt your head like that. Usually we do this because then we don't have to go quite as far up. In other words, this is just a head tilting is just a form of a little cheater. But see, I don't count you as a cheater. You're just my little slugs. That's all. Oh, okay. See? And then bring it back and bring it down. So anybody that have problems with their shoulders up, overhead, etc., there's something not quite right. You need to address your shoulder dysfunction. Okay, so act like I'm pushing on your hands right here. See how I walked through and then I walked back? See how I dropped my elbows? Okay, pretend I'm standing right in front of you, pushing on your hands. All right, keep those elbows down. Take a big deep breath and come back. Okay, as you come back from this particular motion forward, tighten your tummy, because if you don't tighten your tummy and smoothly glide back, you will jerk your back. That's just what you do. You try to go like this and you use momentum instead of using your muscles in your core and your lower body to direct the move. See that? You need to get really smooth in this kind of a maneuvering. Okay, and we're going to pick up some weights here, and instead of having our hands here, we're going to be holding some pretty big weights. And that's why I want you to check your hips out, check out how everything's working. Make sure you're not turned out with your toe. See that? No problem. See that? Yeah. You want to move back by pushing your butt back and pressing, not jerking your upper body. So this is a big part of motion. Okay, I'm going to pick up my weights now. All right. So what am I going to pick up? Well, I started with 10 and 10 carries, correct? I'm on my feet, right? So I'm going to go to 12 and 12. So whatever you think is kind of in a medium to heavy weight range for you to wrangle, well, you pick that up. And I might add, if you're recovering from an injury, overuse, or otherwise, if you have had an operation on a knee, a hip, a foot, whatever, you may elect to do this whole thing with no weights. These are good movement principles. What you have to understand is, I can't even have somebody who has very poor posture pick up a lot of weight in an upright position. Because if I'm all scrunched over like this and I've picked up pretty heavy weights and I'm trying to ambulate around, I'm going to hurt my back. Okay? So that's what I want you to understand, that if you really struggle with forward head, rounded shoulders, your back, you do this whole thing with no weights. Yeah, until you can really say rib cage up, and so you can really work with your joints in good neutral posture. Okay, take a big breath. See how I'm stepping out, and I'm supporting now 24 pounds. Okay, take a breath. Okay, that would be, Nancy, that would be a lot of shoes. Just saying. I'm just saying. So actually, see, it's not a shoe problem. You're helping yourself with your weight training. I hope Nancy's laughing right now. Take a big breath. And Nancy, it's just because you're so easy to mess with, see? Take a breath, drop your shoulders. Okay, see what I'm doing? I have 12 pounds and 12 pounds, and they are hanging off my fingertips. I'm not gripping. Now I'm going to go back, but I can't go back and jerk. I have to motor through my feet, my lower body. I have to keep my core really strong. Do you see that real smooth transition? That's what I'm trying to get you to do. When you step a tiny bit wider and you have to ambulate from here, then you got to know how to do it. And you have to have the strength in your legs to carry you without the jerking, the halting, and all that. And it's much more problematic when I have to pull back on my hip replace side. So those of you who have double hips replaced, pay attention. And here's what I would do with you. I wouldn't step so far out. I would go a little. See that? Now when I go to transition back, I say rib cage up, I soften up my arms, drop my shoulders, and I really engage my legs to make that a smooth transition. Just don't step so far. Now you can inch that distance out there. See? Now I stepped quite a bit further. Okay, this right here, this is going to be very different if you go really far, because then you have to really think, don't lock my joints, don't throw my back, in order to get yourself back into neutral place. Soften up your elbows. See, they're right here at my side. Say rib cage up, breathe. Yeah, and back. So you have to actually rotate through your foot and ankle to get that move started. And I know I'm taking the time with this maneuver, but I swear, I was just talking to somebody who was in a whiplash situation, a car wreck. She was, many of you know her, Mary, and she's okay. It's just she's doing therapy because she didn't realize. And she said, she goes, I was in physical therapy and they were telling me every single thing that you had ever told me. Oh, your posture and the this, and we have to, and she said, I already know how to do all that. But she had this whiplash situation. So this maneuvering that I'm doing right now, see this? And I'm doing quite a few because I don't have a super heavy weight, but I want this weight to be stressing my whole system in a good way. And you got to spend some time in a maneuver that is not going to hurt your joints, but that's a little challenging, okay? And it becomes very challenging if you step out further and further. Drop your shoulders, say rib cage up, and get smooth as you transition. Okay, last one. Here we go. Drop your shoulders. Yes. Big breath. Yes. Shoulders down. Pull. There you go. All right. Toe. Yes. Just like that. Toe. And the minute you put your toe here, what do you not want to do on your other leg? What do you not want to do? Everybody should be screaming at their screen. Unlock my knee. Yes. Here I go. Take a breath. My toe. Unlock your knee. Bring that heavier weight up and a heavier weight up, and you open. And you take a big breath, and you're on your toe, and you're on your bent knee. See? Just, it's a little soft. It's not really bent, it's soft. At the same time, do not curl your toes up. Okay, see, I'm tapping. I'm trying to show you that I'm pretty much on the other leg at this point. And I got 24 pounds coming down on it. Extra. Take a breath. Take a breath. Go to a very light toe tap. And then step. Bring them in and come down. See that? So now we're going to take a little interset. We're going to go to the other leg. But here we are. We're going to go pull, pull, open, and then come just to the ears. That's it. Wave, come back down. Just to the ears. And back down. So this should be challenging for you. And if you do this whole thing with no weights, then you have to really keep prepping to make sure that you're on target with your posture. Take a breath, wave, uncurl your toes, soften the knees, big breath, Shoulders down. Ah. Breath, hold, breath, hold, breath, hold. Bring them in, bring it down, bring it down. Yeah, okay. Switch legs now. So I'm going to be on, this is my hip replace side. I'm going to be fully on that foot. And I'm going to not curl my toes. And I'm going to go to my toe of the other leg. And I'm going to try to keep my center of gravity lowered. So as I'm tapping my toe, see everything, I feel like, okay, everything's good. But if I tap my toe so that I stay mostly on my supportive side, because I'm wanting to give it an overload. So when you have joints replaced or you have injury, you can achieve overload or loading in your joints. But you have to go about it a little differently. And see, I've choreographed and studied this out so that, and here's the deal, I have replaced joints, so I know what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm trying to help us stay as strong as we can in those muscles surrounding those joints without giving them a problem. That's my whole deal right there. Okay, drop your shoulders, take a breath. See, I'm going toe tap, but I can't keep my toe off the ground on this one nearly as much as I did the other one. So by about now, if you have been in this move with me and your knee is soft and you've been trying to do a little toe tapping to force you into that supporting leg, you should be shaking just a little bit. Yeah, you should be feeling it, okay? And then step down. There you go. Take a big deep breath, and we're going to go down into a fold. And when you go down into a fold with a weight load, do not make the mistake of thinking you're down there just by putting your head down. See, we're not ostriches. But if you put your head down, you think you're going down there and you're not. So I'm telling you, drop your little butt. Drop it, drop it. Okay, drop it. Keep your ears right in line with your shoulders. Drop it, drop it. Drop the butt just a little bit more. Keep your ears over your shoulders. Don't put your head down. Take a breath. Take a breath. Breath through the nose. Go down 1 more inch, 1 more inch. Hold it. Now grab them and come back up. I know, you didn't know I was going to do that. So here's the deal. If you cannot or should not pick up weight right now, then don't. But get your move correct. The fold that I just did, if you get very adept at that and smooth with it and you have enough muscles to hold into those positions, man, that's going to free up a whole, it's going to be a huge contributing factor to your independence. That's what you need to hear. Stay with me now. Here we go. I'm about shoulder width apart, not wide, but I'm not super narrow either. I have 24 pounds that I'm taking, 12 and 12, okay? I'm gonna do that fold again. I'm gonna hold it at the bottom, so I'm letting you know. Okay, are you ready? Yeah, this is when Kathy would say, do you know how long you're holding it? And I'm like, no. Drop your butt a little more. Now put your weights down. Now drop a little more with the butt. Hold it there. Breath. Hold it down. Get your butt down. Get your butt down. Breath. 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 Grab the weight and come up. I know. You just loved it. Okay. Now go to a high hip hinge. What's a high hip hinge? Here I'm standing straight. I'm acting like I'm going to sit my butt on a stool, a high stool. That's what I want you to do. No lower, okay? No lower, but I do want you to act like you are going to sit your butt on a stool. See that? I still have my heavy to medium weights. And I go into a high hip hinge. When I'm there, now I'm going to address those very important shoulder and back muscles. And I'm pushing pretty much into my heels here. And I'm saying rib cage up. I'm keeping my chin tucked. I'm looking at my little doggies who are very unaffected right now by what we're doing. As a matter of fact, they're not impressed at all. Take a breath. So see, sometimes we need to take their attitudes. Okay, keep your chin tucked. So as I come up, I'm not jerking. See, as I come up, I'm squeezing my elbows back, squeezing my shoulders down and in. And then I come back down. Take a breath. Full breath into the nose. And exhale. Big breath. Exhale. Big breath. Exhale. Keep your chin tucked. Stay into the heels. Breath. Okay, last one. Then we're going to put them down again. Go all the way down. 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 Get your butt down. Put them down and come up. Yes. That's what's required to keep all these muscles going. Plus, you're going to feel so much better. Especially when you quit doing this today. Okay, take a breath. Take a big wide stance. Okay. And now we're going to go like this. We're going to go turn and see the back heel is off the ground. Okay. So I'm getting a little movement through your ankle right now. This is a very nuanced move. So all I did was step wide, but I didn't go wide. See, I didn't go forward. I stayed back here. So my ear is over my shoulder, is over my hip. See that? If you're out like this, your ear is here. Okay? So I would be tapping you right here. I would be looking at your back foot. Make sure it's straight on because you're going to roll it like this. See? Then I'm going to turn. See? I'm going to turn. I'm going to reach over here. I'm going to keep my ear over my shoulder over my hip. If I was out here and I drew a line from the shoulder or the ear, it would not be over my hip. So I hope you're getting this. My knee is bent, but guess what's happening in my back foot? Yeah, my heel is up and I'm forcing all kinds of movement through that lower leg, all the way into the calf, into the ankle, into the foot by doing this move and hanging out there and then coming back right here. Then pull yourself back, take a big breath. Now drop that knee a little further as you stay back, then come back up. Now put the heel down, take a breath. We're in a wide stance. Do not jerk your back in order to get your feet together. What are you going to do? Remember what we did earlier? Lower your center of gravity, push, and smoothly take that foot back. Okay? So here I am. I'm going to step out and do the whole same thing with the other side. Listen, I understand you won't see a lot of these kinds of maneuvers in maybe other classes because I know what I got to do to really stay on target as best as I can with my balance with joints that aren't quite working correctly. You can't just gloss over these moves. And that's why I say a nuanced move. It's going to make you get into those little fine-tuned muscles. Okay? So rib cage up first. Big breath through the nose. Yes. Drop your shoulders. Think about that plumb line. My knee is bent in the back and it's bringing the heel up. So already I'm into a balance move because I'm on a toe and a foot. That's it. Okay. So it's already, so make sure you have a chair in place that you can put your hand on. Safety first. Right, Kay? Kay's like, oh, shut up, Jeannie. Oh, Shepherd would say, Jeannie, Nini, that's a bad word. I'm like, well, Shepherd, some people do need to shut up. Okay, see what I'm doing? Yeah, I'm just turning and I'm saying rib cage up, ear, shoulder, hip. Yes, ear, shoulder, hip. Straight up. Okay, bend that back knee just a little. Hold it. Take a breath. Take a breath. Take a breath. Then you come back and you're going to pull that leg back gently. You don't jerk your back to get you into a better position. That's the reason why so many people who hike take a hiking pole, a good hiking pole or two. Okay. So grab your pole, because I told you we were going to do this. We're not done with the weights yet, of course, because we're fixing to go up again and then back down. Okay. So here's my pole. Take a breath. I'm taking a hip wide stance. Then I'm bringing my feet right in here like a needle. Okay. Let me warn you. Okay. This is a caution. When you bring your feet in here together and you're not touching your ankles, because then you'd have to turn them in like this. However, your knees should be about touching almost, and the joint of the big toe on your foot, not the toe, but right behind it, okay, are touching. When you go into this stance, it's a balance maneuver, okay? You don't believe me? Have your bar or have your hand over a chair. Don't touch it, but have it where you can grab it, okay? Or have your bar where you can put it down if you need to. See, it's in midair. This is a test, all right? To let you see that this kind of standing for even a minute on a regular basis is a great balance maneuver on purpose, okay? Here we go. So here I am. I'm gonna put my knees soft, not bent, but soft. Breathe, rib cage up, shoulders down. Shut one eye. Shut one eye. Okay? See how long you can hang on there before you start really swaying because you're losing your balance. I know. Stay with me. Keep the eye shut. One eye. Yeah, I wouldn't do two yet. Now open them. Okay, I have my chair here if I need it. I have my bar here if I need it. Okay, my knees are pretty much touching, but they're soft. They're not bent. Take a breath. Shut the other eye. Totally shut the other eye. Okay, hang out there for a few seconds. Take a big breath, and yeah, I can time it exactly, and all that. But you can see which one you're like losing your balance on more than the other one. Okay, and you're in this very narrow stance is the point. Okay, now as you're doing that, keep your eyes shut. Now open. Now turn. Just turn your whole body. Then turn your whole body. See this? Turn your whole body. Turn your whole body. And you can hold it like this if you'd like to. Then you bring it up. You bring it right behind your occipital bone, the back skull bone. And you push back against that rod. And you guys should be having your hands so that your wrist is neutral. Okay? So see, I do it like this so I can wave. I'm just pushing back. And you should be feeling quite a stretch in your pectoral muscles right now. Quite a lot of work in your gluteals right now. My knees are soft. Taking big breaths, keeping my chin tucked, and I'm pushing back actively with my head against the pole. And it should be opening those pectorals. And it should be getting the attention of a lot of you out there. Drop your shoulders and push back. Do it again. Drop your shoulders and push back. Hold it, breath. Hold it, breath. and bring it back in. Yes. I want you to walk like that for about 5 minutes in your walk. Okay, I'm gonna put that down now. Here's my 12 and 12, okay? I'm gonna go retrieve them. So I'm gonna take a shoulder width stance. I'm gonna come down into a full out squat. But what I am not gonna do is drop my head. So that's what I'm trying to get you to not do. Drop your head to retrieve something on the ground. I want you to drop your butt. And then grab them and you come up and you squeeze right there. Big breath. Then you go back down. Act like I'm pushing your butt down. And you're gonna come back. And you're gonna do it one more time, all the way down. And then you're gonna come back. And then you're gonna go pull, 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 pull as I take steps. 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. Do not flare your elbows. 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. Pumping through the arms, keeping your shoulders down. Big breath. Okay, now let's hit the back of the arms. Right here. Push. Push. Drop your shoulders. Push. Push. Push back. Push back. Push back. Breath. Push back. Now hold it right there and just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Stay with me. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Just 3 more. Just 3 more. 14 and 15. Woo! Okay, bring them over. I know we had to. So actually, those of you have asked me, that's about a 30-minute because we got shut off early. So that's an abbreviated things that you should do if you want to have better balance and you want to get loaded. Just a little in a good way. Okay. It's just a joke. Okay.